Hello and welcome to Hearthstone Titans mini set, which is going to get released about in a few hours since this video is live on my YouTube channel, I think. It's called Christian 2, and yes, Christian 2 is my YouTube channel for people saying it's not. My goodness, I can't believe I have to say that. Alright, starting off with Death Knight, 4 mana shadow spell, 1 unholy rune, give friendly undead +2/+2, spend 5 corpses to summon a copy of it. That is really easy to do, because corpses, not difficult, and imagine if you can get very crazy OP minions. Buffing +2/+2 and summoning a copy of a minion is really good. It says friendly minion though, so it's not as good as Reverberation, but nonetheless is a really good card. I'm gonna give it 3 stars. I think it's nice. Sticky, 3 mana, 2 attack, 4 health. After you summon an undead, give it poison. So this with the hero power alone, it's a single target removal, which is really good. But if you play this in a bunch of minions, you just have to summon them basically. So you're gonna get so much crazy value out of that. I think it's a great removal, and perhaps it's gonna get played because it's so good with the hero power. A 1 rune Blood Death Knight card. Discover a weapon, spend 3 corpses to give it +1/+1 shadow. There is not that many weapons for the Death Knight class, but there are quite a few that are not bad. Discovering cards is always really good, but we don't really need Runes of Darkness right now, so only 3 stars. Moving on to Demon Hunter class, which we have a 2 mana, 2/3 elemental with the battle cry that says if you cast 5 or more spells this game, give your hero +4 attack this turn. That is quite a lot for a 2-drop. I'm gonna give it 6 stars. We'll get nerfed minion. A little bit too strong for a 2-star. Casting 5 or more spells with the Death Knight is obviously the easiest thing possible in the world. I think it's too overpowered. 6 stars is just not cool. 4 attack. I remember when I used to play a 4 mana card that was giving me 4 attack. That got nerfed to 5. And this one just, wow, you can play 2 and you get 8 attack. And you can just duplicate the battle cry in wild, and you can literally do an OTK now. Like, wow, it's too much. I don't like those kind of mechanics. You play a card and you get damage instantly. Just show me you're working for your deck. Not really working for your deck, are you? 4 mana, 4/4, Mind Bender, Battle Cry, deal 1 damage for each card you've drawn this turn. Once again, another mechanic that I really don't like. Deal damage straight away. And the requirement for dealing damage is absolutely so amazing. Because, you know, Death Knights is not a Death Knight. Demon Hunters love drawing cards. And you can easily just draw a billion cards, and yeah, I'm pretty sure somebody's going to do an OTK with this. Oh well, another OTK unlocked. Here we go. Yeah, it's pretty toxic. Nonetheless, if you draw 1 card, it's 1 damage, of course. And if you draw a bunch, it's going to be so much. Like, it's such a powerful card, to be honest. Immediate effect cards are really strong, and you should not underestimate those. 6 stars is going to get nerfed. Sigil of Time. I mean, no wonder, like, Demon Hunter has been a very... How to say this so I don't make Demon Hunter players feel bad? Demon Hunter has been a very not very interesting class to play. There we go. 3 mana Fell Spell. At the end of your turn, at the end of your next turn, draw 3 additional cards. Once again, synergy with all of these, like all of these synergize together. As if Demon Hunter needed to draw more cards. We have a lot of card draw already, so 3 mana, 10 times better Arcane Intellect. We are gonna need bigger hands because, oh my goodness, our hands are gonna be full. Okay. Yeah, 6 stars. It's just, the whole package here is just too much synergy. Drawing cards, never underestimate a card draw. Card draws are really strong in this game. Druid gets a 2 mana 3/2 Battle Cry. If you cast 5 or more spells this game, refresh 4 mana crystals. Well, I can't believe I'm saying this, but that's the most overpowered 2 mana card in the history of Hearthstone, and we have Astalor. We have Astalor, which is the most played card in the history of the game. And guess what? This 2-drop for Druid is going to be the most played card ever. It's just, hey, 2 mana, gain 4 mana. What can go wrong? What can go wrong? Nothing, right? Nothing. Yeah, obviously 6 stars, absolutely extremely overpowered. 0 mana spell called Forbidden Fruit. Spend all your mana. Choose one. Gain that much attack this turn or twice as much armor. I am not a huge fan of getting attack straight away with your hero and going face. I'm not a huge fan of weapons. Weapons are one of those tricky things, just like charge. You play a weapon and you go face, you get so much tempo by trading, and weapons are very powerful. But Forbidden Fruit, it's just straight up enabling you to boom, get a bunch of attack and go face. And if Druid gets a Wind Fury weapon, it's gonna go crazy, crazy. I'm not a huge fan of that, so 0 stars. I don't think you should ever play something like that. Unless you gain armor instead. If you gain armor instead, you are amazing and I love you so much. 3 mana, 2/2, Battlecry and Natural Summon 2/2/3. And obviously, like, do I have to say that's 10 stars? It's gonna get nerfed to 4 mana for sure. It's just crazy. Moving on to Hunter, the most nerfed class in the game. 4 mana, 3/3, Rush, Natural Summon, whatever that is, with stats equal to this minion's attack. That's a very interesting mechanic, to be honest, but Hunter has enough Wild Seeds already. You know, 0 mana summon 10/10 with Wind Fury charge poisonous. Yeah, I guess 2 stars, not the best card. 2 mana Shadow Spell for Hunter. Give 1 attack to all minions in your hand, deck, and battlefield. Absolutely nuts. Just 6 stars. Probably gonna get nerfed. Absolutely nuts, 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 nuts. Nuts. Here we go again. Prince Keleset over again. Alright. Celestial Shot. 3 mana, deal 3 damage. Your next spell has spell damage +2. I'm a really huge not fan of spell damage. It's really, really, really crazy. Really, really, really crazy. But this card can enable some other synergies. And maybe spell damage Hunter will pop off. That's why they probably nerfed the spell damage legendary as well. So, here we go. More support for the support cards they have nerfed. Well, I guess thank you, Blizzard, for making more support for the cards you just nerfed. Great. What can I say? I don't like that card. I'm gonna give it 3 stars. It's just, hey, look at that. I have a spell and I do 3 damage. Amazing. So fun. Great. Just play the spell and go face with it. So smart. Alright, moving on to Mage. 3 mana, 3/4 Battlecry. If you've cast 5 or more spells this game, draw 2 cards. Somebody called the Arcane Intellect department. Arcane Intellect department wants to do a lawsuit right now, and yeah, 6 stars is just nuts. It's just insane. That's insane. Insane. Casting 5 spells with Mage is just the easiest thing in the world. Void Scripture. I cannot read that. 2 mana, discover a spell. If you have enough mana to play it, cast a copy of it at a random enemy. It's a shadow spell as well. As if mages needed more card draw and more card discovery. But here we are. It's 6 stars. It's just nuts. So you are like turn 10 magically and you can basically cast a bajillion spells for free. Oh, okay. Moving on to the 5 mana elemental, that's 7 attack, 4 health. Battlecry, if you played an elemental last turn, deal 7 damage randomly split between all enemies. Meaning this could go face, which perhaps is going to enable the Elemental Mage package, which is at the moment extremely weak. So it only gets 3 stars at the moment. Elemental Mage is not a thing, unfortunately. Unfortunately. But maybe it is with that card. Moving on to Paladin. 4 mana, 4/3 mech, as if Paladin needed more mechs. There we go again. Natural draw another minion, set its attack and health, and cost to 5. Boy, that's not gonna fit into Mech Paladin, is it? Mech Paladin is barely playing any 5 mana cards or more. Oh well. It's an interesting card, but for now it's just... You could play it in Big Paladin, which is never seeing play. 1 star. Maybe he's gonna see play if you get lucky and get like a magnetic minion. A magnetic minion could work with this, but from what I know, Paladin just loves to go face, so magnetic minions maybe 1 star still. I don't think it's gonna play it. It's just a little bit too weak for a 4 mana card. 4 mana Holy Spell. Give a friendly minion +2/+2. Deal its attack damage to all other minions. So not the minion does damage, the spell does damage. It has been confirmed by the developers, and it's not gonna cast any poisonous or venomous or any kind of sort of synergy with this thing. So nonetheless, it's a great card. Buffing a minion +2/+2 and dealing damage is a really good AoE. So I'm gonna give it 4 stars for now. Another mech. Oh my goodness, as if we need more mechs in this game. But here we are again. Is a 3 mana 2/4 mech with Battlecry. Give all minions in your hand +1/+1. Forge +2/+2 instead. Oh, here we go again. Hand buff Paladin, as if we needed more hand buff synergies. Here we are again. Well, I guess. Really good. +2/+2. Pretty crazy. Oh well, I guess. Really good. Especially if we draw extra cards, because there is those anomalies nowadays. I gotta say that anomaly is kind of interesting. Like pure Paladin might not make it because the anomaly guy. I don't know how that really works. I don't know if you're required. You're not really required to have the anomaly guy, because if your opponent has it, you could get it too. So, yeah, it's a really good card. It's 3 mana. Let's be honest, that's really good. So for 5 mana, yes, this is really good. We already have a 5 mana guy, but since that's a mech, that thing right there is a mech. You can play it in your boring mech aggro Paladin as ever. So yeah, it's definitely 6 stars. It's like, let's be honest, that's gonna probably get nerfed. Moving on to Priest. Oh boy. Hold on to something, because this is gonna get crazy. 3 mana 1/5 undead legendary. After a friendly undead dies, deal 2 damage to the enemy hero and get a random shadow spell, priest shadow spell. Shadow priest spell. Shadow priest spell. Wow, the order of that is kind of weird. Get a random shadow priest spell. Get a random priest shadow spell. Yeah, I guess. Shadow priest spell. Anyway. It's a 3 mana card. And priest does have undeads. Yeah. I'm afraid that card is gonna go crazy in bunkers. I'm afraid everybody's gonna hate it. I'm afraid everybody's gonna be like, why did Blizzard make this? I'm afraid that Blizzard's gonna be like, oh, we should probably nerf that. Thank you. As if Undead Shadow Priest hasn't been nerfed yet. As if is just criminal at this point. Like, we are giving more support to toxic stuff. Okay. Just a tiny bit support for the control archetype and a ton loads of support for aggro as always. Like 6 stars is gonna get nerfed for sure. It's just crazy. Like 3 mana nonsense. Gain infinite value, deal damage face. Oh yeah, what can you ask more for? 1 mana 1 attack, undead, 3 health. Battlecry, your next healing effect deals damage instead. Oh boy, why would I just want to do that? Let me see. 2 mana shadow spell, choose a character. If it's friendly, restore 6 health. If it's an enemy, deal 3 damage. Oh, that's actually not that good. Although restoring 6 health, pretty good. So yeah, it's a filler card for your Soul Burner Varia. Very good. The undead guy is very tricky. We had cards like that before, but it was a little bit different. And this one is cheaper and can enable some other stuff. So, at the moment, I don't really know if that has crazy synergies, but healing effects, perhaps you can discover some healing spell and you're targeting on your opponent's stuff and boom, you destroy them instead. No, nonetheless, it's a good 1-3, I guess. Cool abilities, could have some interesting potential. Both of the other cards that are non-legendaries get 2 stars. Alright, moving on to Rogue, everybody's favorite class to never touch. 1 mana spell, discover a mech from another class. Oh boy, as if we needed more mechs in this game. But here we are, more mechs, here we go. 6 stars, broken, just erase that already. 4 mana 4/4. Oh yeah, yet again another mech, as if we needed more mechs in this game. As if we don't have enough mechs. Here we go. Buttercry, if you control another mech, deal 4 damage. Oh boy, I love 4 mana deal 4 damage. I remember when there was a 4 mana legendary that was requiring to have 4 other minions on the board to deal 4 damage. Randomly? I don't remember very well. Anyway, 6 stars. Broken. It goes Astalor, but better. It's a mech, so it's really insane. 2 mana spell, deal 3 damage, combo, get a 1/1. I don't know what that is. Probably a mech, I assume, because everything is mechs these days. So, nuts. It's nuts. I mean, combo for Rogue is like eating ice cream. You are eating for days and you finish it every... Like, that's such a bad analogy. What am I saying? More mech support indeed. So yeah, a Rogue, all the cards 6 stars, just bonkers. Just bonkers. Nuts. Alright, let's go to Shaman, everybody's favorite class to never play. 2 mana nature spell. The next spell you cast this turn also targets agent minions. Wow, as if we haven't had a legendary that does the same thing. Oh wait, we do! We do have a 3 mana legendary that does the same thing. But hello, this is a standard card now. What can we synergize this with? More fireball? Wait, we're not a mage. Interesting card nonetheless. But we already have a legend. Like, if any Blizzard person is watching this, can we not make the same mechanics we had before? Like, we already have that as a minion. Like, just saying, if you want to reprint cards and make them even crazier, alright, that's fine. 4 mana 4/4. Oh yeah, I'm gonna give it like 3 stars. It has potential. I don't know. Shaman is like, who plays Shaman anyway? I do play Shaman. I am playing Shaman, Chris. Shaman is my favorite class. I am a Shaman main player. And do you want an award for that? 4 mana 4/4 taunt. Naturally get 2 1/1 chaotic tendrils. I think a chaotic tendril is one of those things that cast a random spell. I'm not very sure. I think so. Get 2. Oh, you get 2. Okay, you know what? That's actually a good card. You know what? I'm gonna give it that 3 stars. 3 stars is a good card. Shaman's like, nobody's playing Shaman, so. 1 mana 1/2 elemental beast. Buttercry, get a random overload card. That's obviously 5 stars. Is really good. Moving to everybody's favorite discard Warlock class. Discard Warlock. 3 mana shadow spell. Wow. Every spell is a shadow spell. These days. Everything is just shadow, darkness, emo, and sad, depressed. No money, but also sad and depressed. Both players take fatigue damage twice. How does that work? Is that for a turn or for forever? Any Blizzard developer watching this, can you be more specific? Both players take fatigue damage twice. How does that work? Both players take fatigue damage twice. Is that a permanent thing? Do you take fatigue damage twice now? When is that gonna happen? This is so confusing. You might be like, look at that guy, he doesn't know. He's so stupid. I don't know. The card says both players take fatigue damage twice. For the rest of the game? Once? Twice? Fatigue damage twice? Both players take fatigue damage twice. Do you take damage now? And confusing. I'm gonna give it 0 stars because it's confusing. Why is he so confusing? Okay, now moving on to Curse of Flesh. 1 mana shadow spell. Another shadow spell again. Everything is a shadow spell. Every minion costs enemy. Enemy minions cost health instead of mana next turn. Oh yeah, I've seen this one. Crazy. You would love to play that card. I'm pretty sure that's not a good idea. It never has to. Okay, moving on. 0 stars for the Curse of Flesh. I think it's crazy, but if you can make it cool, I don't know how to make it. I don't know. How do you make that card not broken for your opponent? You're just losing. Anyway, moving on. 3 mana, 2/5. Wow, that's big. At the end of your turn, get the 1/1 Chaotic Tendril. I mean, if you want to go Chaotic Tendril deck, let's go. Chaotic Tendril deck. Here we go. Crazy. It's really good. It's good. 3 stars. Moving on to everybody's buffed class. Moving on to the class that has been buffed every single expansion and is still not good. Because Rogue. Rogue's players punching the air right now be like, Rogue? What has Rogue done? Rogue's the best class. Don't touch Rogue. Rogue's amazing. J. Alexander be like, Rogue, no, don't touch my class. My beautiful class, Rogue. Oh no. Okay, we're talking about Warrior. Anyway, 7 mana, 7/6 legendary. Rush, Buttercry, gain 4 armor. Natural, lose 4 armor to resummon this. Wow, that's so garbage. I was thinking about it and I was like, that's actually garbage. I mean, hear me out. Just, it's 7 mana, 7/6. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm not a huge fan. It's too expensive. It's too expensive. It's 7 mana, man. How do you lose 7 armor during your turns? Like, you have a weapon, you lose 4 armor. I mean, of course, if you lose 4 armor, that means your opponent attacks your face, so he's resummoning this. So it prevents opponent from attacking face too. It's a little bit difficult because what if you don't have armor? What if you don't have armor? It's a very difficult card to process. It's not bad. It has rush. It's very proactive. It's a support for armor warrior archetype I don't like because Odin is just stupid. Hey, look at that. I play 8 mana Odin and turn 9 I just get a bunch of armor and OTK you. Wow, that's so cool. Amazing. It's a very controversial card. We have to see that played because your opponent could just be like, oh, you have a minion? I'm just going to ignore it. It's very harsh. It's very harsh these days. Like, if you have a minion on the board, it doesn't matter because they are just they're just penetrating your face with spells and destroy your face. They don't care. Anyway, I'm gonna give it 3 stars for now. It needs more support. It's just very harsh to play a 7 mana card. It's a 7 mana card. The 8 mana card sees play because you get armor and just pound your opponent with 20 damage. But this doesn't go face. That's the problem. This doesn't go face. Okay, 2 mana 2/2 Buttercry, transform into a copy of a damaged minion. Sanitize will see play. Who's that? Oh, the next card. 2 mana 2/2. A copy of a damaged minion. Oh boy. Oh boy. Are we going from a 5 mana faceless guys type of minions into a 2 mana? I mean, it's a damaged minion, I get it. It's not as good as not damaged, but still. So your opponent has a Titan. Let's say your opponent has a Titan and somehow you damage it, right? You literally get a Titan for free. I mean, not really free, it's like 2 mana, but still. I am not a huge fan of this mechanic and they should stop printing cheat cards like this. Stop making cheat cards like this. You can synergize the 2 mana guy with the legendary as well. Like, you attack with a legendary guy, maybe doesn't die, and you copy it and you get 2 of those. So even more stronger. But the problem, once again, is your opponent's gonna play Sif and go face with spell damage. Boom, you're just gonna be like, where's my minions? No, they don't care. Like, they're just going face. They're gonna play Solid Alibi, Sif, boom boom booms, plus 5 spell damage and go face with it. Like, it's very harsh. Moving on. Sanitize, 4 mana spell. Deal damage equal to your armor to all minions. Forge, gain 3 armor first. So is this Shield Slam extra sanitized? It's really good though. It's really good. Like, really good. It's really good. Yeah. I mean, warriors get like a bajillion armor these days. It's gonna be like an extra brawl in your deck if you want. So yeah. Yeah, it's really, really good. Warrior cards are very controversial, to be honest. The 2/2 guy is just not my favorite. Alright, moving on. All of those cards get 3 stars. Alright, moving on to the neutral guys. Whew, okay, this is gonna be rough. Okay, the 15 attack Yogg, 15 mana attack. 15 mana Yogg. That's a Titan. Wow. 7 attack, 5 health, obviously, as always. Costs 1 less for each spell you've cast this game. Oh boy, here goes Rogues going nuts, because Rogues have like a bajillion 0 mana spells and they go face with them all the time, so... Oh boy, here we go. I can't wait for Rogue to Shadow Step this guy a billion times and replay it, and yeah, let's see what it does. Take control of an enemy minion. Oh boy, 0 mana mind control. Here we go. Force an enemy minion to attack a random enemy minion. 0 mana Hysteria. Tentacle Swarm. Fill your hand with 1/1 Chaotic Tendrils. That's my favorite one. I'm pretty sure nobody's gonna pick that one because that's the weakest one. Everybody wants to take control of an enemy minion as soon as possible or clear the board as soon as possible. Nobody goes for the greedy option. Nobody goes for a Tentacle Swarm. Nonetheless, 5 stars. Very awesome design, but unfortunately, once again, Shadow Step, I really don't like it. Reverberation, like you play this and then your opponent's gonna be like, oh, my Titan. Not cool. They should remove those cards. Shadow Step, Reverberation. Alright, moving on to Cho'Gall. Twilight Chieftain. I don't know how to read that. Anyway, 6 mana, 6/7, Taunt, Lifesteal. Whoa, Taunt, Lifesteal, that's crazy. Start of the game. 25% chances to corrupt the game. Corrupt my game? With a random anomaly. What? Where's the anomalies? Oh my gosh. No anomaly. Where's the anomaly? Oh, come on. The anomalies are your cards cost less or something, 1 less. You draw 2 extra cards, or you start with the Yogg in your hand or something. Yeah, it's a cool card. So 10 stars. Don't destroy my computer while doing this review. 10 stars. Amazing. I love it. All right, moving on to 5 mana, 5/4. Eye of Chaos. Battlecry, get 2/1/1 Chaotic Tendrils. Patch notes has all anomalies. Where's the patch notes? There's no patch notes. This website doesn't have it. Anyway, the Eye of Chaos is cool. I like it. I think it's cool. I'm gonna give it 2 stars. It's crazy cool. Prison Breaker, 4 mana, 4/4, Battlecry. If you've cast 5 more spells this game, deal 3 damage to all enemies. What in the world of Warcraft? That's actually in neutral. The main Hearthstone page has them. Yes, I know. I'll go there in a second. Prison Breaker. Holy Christ. To all enemies. So you deal 3 damage to all enemies. Yeah, I think Prison Breaker will do definitely Prison Breaker.
Thank you so much for the sub, man.
Man, they are forcing. They are like, oh yeah, 5 spells. Yeah, they are never gonna cast 5 spells. Tell that to Rogue, Druid, and Mage. Those classes cast 50 spells on turn 1. Let's be honest. Prison Breaker is just really nuts. Like in Token Druid, that's gonna be insane. Like you easily get 5 spells with Token Druid. Like they have a bajillion discovered things. Like wow, this with Rogue, like Shadow Step a billion times. Yeah, like OTK Shadow Step Rogue. Here we go. Yeah, that's nuts. 6 stars, insane. Prison Breaker, insane. It should be 10 mana. Like it's just so broken. Like where's Flame Strike? Like I remember Flame Strike used to be 7 mana, deal 4 damage to all enemy minions. Nowadays it's a 4 mana, 4/4. Deal 3 damage to all enemies. It goes phase 2. So this is basically a better version of the 4 mana mech guy. Mage has a 4 mana mech guy. Deal damage to all enemy minions based on how many spell schools you've casted this game. Crazy. Alright, moving on to 1 mana 1/1 chaotic tendril. Tendril. Who made that word? What does that even mean? Anyway, Battleground cast a random 1-cost spell. Improve your future chaotic tendril. Difficult to pronounce that word. It's cool. I like it. I like casting random things. Random is fun. Unless it's gonna discard my hand. Here goes. Astral, or whatever it's called. The 4 mana Druid spell, or Cataclysm. I mean, the Cataclysm got buffed, actually. Deck of whatever. You know, the 5 mana Rogue spell that draws all of your deck. That is gonna go so crazy. So yeah, Chaotic Tendril is cool. I like it. Okay. Okay, so I found the card Cho'Gall, whatever. I found it on Hearthstone website, but there is a bunch of stuff that says related cards. So there is Yogg, weird. There is Shifter Xerus. There is Build a Beast. What does that mean? There is both players start with Yogg, Sharon, Hope's End in their hand. That's cool. Whenever a player ends their turn with unspent mana, they draw a card. Cool. Both players start with upgraded hero powers. Oh my gosh. Oh no, old Paladin is coming back. Both players start with an extra mana crystal. Wow, that's crazy. Both players start with 2 more drawn cards. Both players' hero powers cost 1 less. Oh my goodness. Whenever a player ends their turn with the mana, they get unspent mana, they get a coin. I already read that, didn't I? After a player plays a card in this game, shuffle a copy into their deck. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Both players started with 2 cards copied from opponent's hand, from other player's hand. This is getting chaotic. Okay, I like it. Both heroes start with 5 health extra. Oh my goodness, that's nice. Shuffle 2 leftmost cards in your hand. Dude, this is a rogue card. What? Both players discover a new basic hero power on their first turn. At the end of each player's turns, give a random one of their minions +1 health. What is that? At the end of each player's turns, give a random one of their minions 1 health. Good lord, can you make this even more difficult to read for people that are not English born speaker, native English speakers? Oh my goodness. Okay. Reduce the cost of all cards in both players' starting hands by 1. Cool. Both players' cards are golden. Oh, that's so stupid. Both players start with 2 copies of Shifter Xerus in their hand. Oh god, that's so useless. Both heroes have +1 attack on their turns. Oh, that's stupid. Your first minion played on each player's turns costs 1. Wait, what the? I can't read. The first minion played on each player's turns costs 1 less. What? So if it's my turn, my minion costs 1 less. If it's the first one. Oh, okay. The first card drawn on a player's turn is 1 they can afford to play. What the? What? The first card drawn on a player's turn is 1 they can afford to play. Oh my gosh, are you making me play the top deck only? That's just stupid. Oh my god, what? This is confusing. Okay, I'm gonna hold on for a while. The first spell cast on each player's turns costs 1 less. Both players start with Gear Shift in their hand. Oh, that's why that thing was here. It's a rogue card. Where is it? There's so much stuff in here. Oh my, cannot find it anymore. What is Gear Shift? so much text. Okay, that's crazy. That's so much nonsense, dude. So much stupidity. Oh my gosh. Cho'Gall's gonna be so amazing. And I think for 2 weeks or something, it's gonna be 100%. Even though you don't play Cho'Gall. I'm not very sure. I haven't read things. I don't know how that works. But here we go, everybody. Praise Cho'Gall Twilight thing. So the developer has confirmed if both of the after the event, after the thing, so in like a few months from now on, if both of the players are gonna have this card in their hand, is gonna happen 100% of the time. So the corruption happens 100% of the time. But I think they said that if only one person has it, it's 25% to corrupt the game. I mean, 25% is good enough. Let's go. More animations to skip on turn 1. All right. Thank you so much for watching this amazing cards review. And comment potato if you've been watching all of this, because thank you for watching. 37 minutes. Goodbye. Have a really awesome day.